Hi guys, welcome to Bloom Living Think Question Act. Today we have our dietitian on board who is also a diabetes educator, certified diabetes educator, Anjali Dua. Welcome Anjali.
Thank you.
To Bloom office. And so how the summer has been going for you?
It was wonderful. It
Yeah,
was amazing.
yeah. This summer has been really good, and I hope everyone out there is enjoying. And is that the most wonderful time of the year when kids are going back to school? That was my favorite song. I always used to sing for my kids, and they would all and they would get so mad at me. And so, how about you? You have a little one, not ready yet for school.
Yeah, not ready yet. I don't know how I'm going to react when he'll go to school. Maybe crying one time. I can't imagine. He's very little right now.
Anjali, today what I would like to talk about, actually recently in past few days I have met few people who are actually going through this phase where one of them have a child who's born with diabetes, and one parent is going through, like, they have only like 7-year-old child daughter, and she is diabetic. So it's very unfortunate. Like kids are, as a kid you always want to eat whatever you want, and what your friends are eating. So parents have a very difficult time managing that. And how can, first of all, tell me, like, what's the difference? Why a child is born with diabetes?
Yeah, so there's a lot of research happened for this, that why there is a child who is born with diabetes, but the reason is that no one knows about it. The research has proved it, that it's immune dysfunction. The organ that secretes insulin, which is responsible to absorb sugar to our body, does not release at all in type 1 diabetes. So we call type 1 diabetes for the child who, or infants who born with diabetes, is called type 1.
That's type 1 diabetes, when
Yeah.
you're born with it and you basically can't do anything about it. It's
Yeah.
not your lifestyle that has given you that.
But I have met a lot of my clients who get scared of thinking that, okay, now my kid will take insulin and this is a scary thing. So I want to give this message to the audience that taking insulin, it's not bad. Insulin is helping you. The reason why type 1 diabetes happen is because those beta cells, what secretes insulin in your body, is completely not working.
Not
it's like
not
machine,
functioning.
not
Yeah.
functioning. Yes,
Yeah.
like machine is not working. It's
Okay.
born.
Yeah.
So to help that.
So they're missing pancreas, right?
No, they're not missing pancreas.
Okay.
They're not missing any organ.
Okay.
It's just that pancreas has
Is not secreting the
insulin. It's not secreting insulin. So because of immune dysfunction, it's damaged at birth. So it's not working properly. So how we help, or how doctors help to those kids to get insulin from outside. So this is Canada is the country who discover insulin.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes, insulin was discovered, and insulin is helping those patients or those kids who are living with type 1 diabetes. So don't get scared of taking insulin, because if you take insulin, you can enjoy the food which turn into sugar after digestion. It's called carbohydrate foods. For example, whole grains, fruits, food products which is made from milk or milk alternatives, and some vegetables like potatoes, yam. They all turn into sugar when you eat them and when they digest. And even lentils have some kind of carbs as well. So when you want your kids to eat everything, right? They need nutrition. They need all those grades, fibers, vitamin, minerals. But to help digest them to your body, if you're taking insulin from outside, it's not bad. It's helping you, so don't get scared of taking insulin.
Okay, so type 2 diabetes is something that after birth, like, is that because of certain lifestyle, or why it happens at such a young age?
So type 2 diabetes is let me just tell you what happens inside the body in a very short
Yeah.
space, because we don't have much time. So type 2 diabetes is type of diabetes where you have insulin in your body, but it's not responding well for your body cells. You can understand with lock and key method. So one time key will open the lock,
Okay.
like it's a right key. That's when you are not living with diabetes.
Okay.
So you will eat the food, it will digest into sugar, insulin will come out from pancreas,
Okay.
and it will help sugar to go into your body cell.
Okay.
So it will open the lock, sugar go in.
Okay.
That's when you don't have.
Okay.
When you're living with type 2 diabetes, that insulin cannot understand the right lock. So
Okay.
it get resistant.
Okay.
So when it get resistant, so it won't open the body cell and the sugar sits in your blood.
Okay.
So insulin is there but it's not working properly, or for example it's a wrong key
Okay.
for the lock.
Okay. So if someone's child is diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, like what kind of food you recommend they should give them? Like, is there something, some nutrition that we can give and protect them, or try to reverse or manage it?
Definitely, it's a very good question. Nutrition therapy helps to manage diabetes. Unfortunately, diabetes cannot reverse unless it's pre-diabetes. Borderline diabetes, that we'll talk after, maybe if we have time. So pre-diabetes can reverse, but type 1 and type 2 cannot reverse, but you can manage it. So once you're managing through food or through exercise, and stress is a biggest factor here that affects. So once these 3 parameters are in line, then you can go off medicine or insulin and other stuff as well. For nutrition therapy, you can go for food which is whole food, rich in fiber, add vegetables and fruits in your meal. So there are some examples, like for your kid wants to have yogurt,
Mm-hmm.
can have yogurt, make yogurt at home.
Okay.
So it's a very simple recipe, and Google has a lot of recipes
Yeah, and
available, right?
yeah, you can call us if you don't know how to make yogurt.
Yeah, so you can make, you can bring the milk, you can make your own yogurt, and you don't have to buy that flavored yogurt from outside. Flavored yogurt is also possible at home that you can make.
Yeah.
So plus you can add some fruits in it.
Okay.
So instead of giving only yogurt, add some fruits, chopped fruits, some nuts as well in the
Okay.
yogurt, and then give it to your kids. So how it's helping? It's helping with more nutrients, minerals, great fiber, calcium, vitamin D in terms of potassium, in terms of milk.
Probiotic.
So, probiotics, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
So it's not only one food group you're giving, only milk,
Yeah.
but you're adding nuts, which
Yeah.
is good fats,
Good fat.
fruits as well. So 3 food groups, we encourage to have at least 3 food groups out of 4 food groups. So there you go, in one snack you're just having that. So this was one example.
Okay.
Try to have breakfast. I already talked about in the last video, breakfast is very important.
Okay.
And with lunch, proper dinner, and
More like food which has looking at the nutrition value, it should have some good fats, it should have protein, some fiber. Fiber, as we know, it plays a big role, vital role in managing the diabetes. What else? Can we kind of ration the candies? Like, is it okay to give them candies once in a while, or should it be avoided?
well, when you're living with type 2 diabetes, there is a less than 10% sucrose is allowed to have it if your blood sugars are managed very well. So when we're talking about kids, you have to make them aware. So there are different styles of eating candies. So candies, I'll say no to the kids, like chocolates and candies, because right away there's a lot of rush in their blood because it's not digesting properly. But instead of candies, what else they can have? For example, blueberries. So when you're having blueberries, freeze them.
Okay.
Once you're freezing them, they'll get hard, and when they will eat, it tastes like candies. So there are options.
There are options. You have to be creative with kids, I guess, making different meals and making it more interesting.
Exactly.
And also supporting them in not getting under pressure from their friends.
Peer pressure.
Is also.
Plus, make your friends aware too, because if they're eating candies and chocolates as well, it's not healthy, because then you're gaining a lot of weight. And in future, there is a lot of like we say healthy behavior or habits. They are
Yeah, these
adding
are the
into
habit
their
forming
lifestyle.
years. Like
Exactly.
if you discipline from the beginning, it they become more responsible.
Yeah, so I have 1 year old baby, and my challenge is until he goes to school, I want to make him aware, or I want to educate him for the sugar, how much sugar he can have for the day. He can budget his sugar. I'm not saying don't stop eating candies or chocolates.
Yeah, you have to educate
Yeah.
him like so he can make wise choices.
Exactly, wise choices. So he can enjoy ice cream and anything, but I prefer to make everything at home. Ice creams at home is not difficult. You can make.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've tried this summer that I have niece and nephews as well. So earlier, what happens? They want to have freezy. So they'll buy freezy from different grocery stores, and you can freeze them. They used to enjoy. But this time, since I realized that my baby was teething and he needs something to bite on it, and every time I was giving him freezed teethers and everything, I thought of giving him something which has more nutrition. So what I did, I blend berries, which is rich in fiber, antioxidants, and a lot of minerals, and banana.
Okay.
So banana has calcium, vitamin D, good fats,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I blend all the fruits together. Why I did banana? To add more sweetness, because berries are sour, and I freeze them in a freezy bag. So I've ordered it.
Okay.
So they're like, and they all enjoy those freezies.
Yeah.
So they dished that
Sounds very
high
yummy.
sugar. They dished that all high sugar freezies, and they are learning. So whenever my niece, nephews, they come over, they always ask me, Auntie, do you always cook healthy food? Like, it's not that I am saying that I'm boasting myself here. It's just because this is the nature. Every time I think of food, I think of nutrients, and how my kids will learn from my kitchen is
True,
very important.
true.
for me.
As I always say, like to replace to change a habit, you have to replace it with a healthy one, and slowly all your habits will be healthier.
Healthy behaviors will.
Healthy behavior will form.
Exactly.
So great tips, Anjali. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm sure our Bloom community benefits out of this and take some nutrition tips, and they can also consult you if they want to. You can go on to her page. Right now, nowadays she's kickboxing. So,
Yeah.
so great. Thank you. Till next time. Bye bye.
Thank you, guys.